Good morning, it's Jack here. I'm on my way to the airport in Las Vegas to take the Part 107 exam for remote pilot. The exam's at 9 a.m. local time. I'm about an hour and a half away, so I'm taking off now, and we'll talk to you from the exam site. It is rush hour here in rural Nevada. Sun's coming right into our eyes. Oh, so much fun. Hey, I arrived at the testing facility for the Part 107 test. And it took me about an hour and 20 minutes to get here, not an hour and a half like the map said, which is fine. Gives me extra time to look over the material again. When the exam gets over, I'll come back on camera, let you guys know how I did. Okay, well, that was a lot of fun. I came here to the PSI test facility in Las Vegas, took the exam, passed with a 92. A lot of the answers are in the legend. I'd say that I had about 10 questions that were answered directly in the legend. That's out of 60 questions. There was no bonus questions or anything like that. I saw something online just this morning before I left that said, oh, they might ask you more questions for test type of questions that aren't counted. I had none of that. One of the things to keep in mind is, at least at this facility, I came to a PSI facility in Las Vegas, took the exam. The cost was under $100. I've heard, and if you go to other facilities that are not PSI, that it does cost you more like $150 or $160. The cost was $96 to come here directly. Facility, ultra professional. There was extra paperwork to fill out because of the times that we're in right now. That took an extra few minutes. So if you're coming to any of the facilities, I would imagine are doing the same thing. Make sure you come in early and are ready to go for the test. As far as the material goes, the PDF, the test supplement, I can't stress enough to download it, review it, know where things are. The test question will start out with refer to figure whatever, area A, area B, or area 1, area 2. In some cases, it'll say refer to this figure and give you no indication of where it is. So you have to find that airport. You have to find that small town. For example, there was a question regarding you need to inspect this railway line going from here to here. Do you need authorization? And it took me a bit to find those small little towns on that map because they weren't referenced by any numbers. I just had to search the map to find it. What I looked for, and I think this is what they were seeing, if you knew what a railway line looked like on the sectional chart, I looked for the railway and I just followed it. Then I found both towns that way. And then I was able to determine that it did go through airspace, and then I identified the airspace. There was a lot on sectional charts. I'd say about 25 questions on sectional charts. So know your airspace, know what to look for. There's 3 answers on each question. There are answers that are worded very similarly. You've got to watch out and just go through each question and answer the best you can. Usually your first hunch is you're right. So if you look at the answer the question, you go, oh, I want that one. Pick it, mark it. Come back to it. And what I did, it took me about an hour and 13 minutes to do the whole exam. And I was able to go through the exam, all 60 questions. I had about 4 questions I had marked that were just, I don't know, I wanted to go to the next question, so I marked them, put an answer down. I didn't change any of my answers. I ended up missing 5 on the test for 92. So I'm going to look up those areas. I pretty much know the areas that I was kind of like on with at least the questions I looked at. Facility will give you, if upon request, a calculator. I brought my own. Also, I would suggest bringing a small magnifying glass with you. I brought a small magnifying glass, and it actually helped me on 2 of the sectional chart questions because they were looking at the radio frequencies, and that was another thing. There was 7 questions on radio frequencies alone from the sectional chart. So know where those are before you take the exam, which frequency does what, and the legend will help you also. If you forget, you go, oh, what is the C? Where do I find the CTAF, or where do I find a control tower frequency? The legend will help you out with that. there was 2 questions where the 8 looked like a 9 and a 9 looked like an 8. Had I not had the magnifying glass, I could have easily got those 2 questions wrong. The magnifying glass, and one answer was 122.8, the other one was 122.9. That was the choices given, and the third answer was something out there that I don't even remember. But because there was 2 answers of 122.8, 122.9, when I first looked at the sectional chart without the magnifying glass, I saw that as 122.9, and the actual answer was 122.8. And when I saw it with the magnifying glass, I could see that, so that was a give me question. I got to say, my eyes, I wear glasses and stuff. My eyes are 20/20 corrected, but even with 20/20 corrected, that particular, just because of the font and the area, I saw it as a 9, not an 8. So just be careful of that. Took the test today, December 21st, 2020, and got a 92. The expiration date is in 2 years, so they give you till the end of 2022 for me to renew. I downloaded and printed the test supplement. This is the same book you'll get in the exam, and you're going to be bumping back and forth through this book through the whole exam. If your exam was anything like the one I took today, go to figure this, go to figure that, depending on the question. A lot of times they have you go to the same figure at different questions and different parts of the test. First part of the book is this legend. That legend right there will help you, at least for me, it helped me through 8 to 10 questions. All the sectional chart information is in this book. If you familiarize yourself with where things are in the book, it'll help you out a lot. At the bottom of the map, there is a scale for the nautical miles. They're going to give you a clear piece of plastic with a dry erase marker to use to mark on these charts if you need to. When they give you a question about inspecting a tower that's so many nautical miles from a certain airport, that's where this comes in handy. Actually, on this particular chart, this is a San Francisco area, I had a question about the tower height that was from San Francisco SFO airport. So you had to find San Francisco, and it didn't give me any of these numbers. It just said there's a tower that's so many nautical miles. It's 10 nautical miles. I think it was northeast, or I'm sorry, northwest. Northeast would put me in the ocean. Northwest, and it asked me the height of that tower, and that measured out to be the tower in this area here. And I probably would say my hours were about 40 hours of total study time, and I felt very comfortable with the material on the test, enough to where I felt the 92 was merited. It was fine. The 5 questions I got wrong, I'm pretty sure I know why I got them wrong. It was one of the questions that had 2 answers that were off by a couple words. So I obviously got the wrong one because I got them wrong, but just be careful of that. One of the online items that I utilized was the Drone Coach's YouTube series. There's 11 lessons that range between 20 minutes and 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes. And very knowledgeable. He goes through the book, everything you need to know for the exams. Hopefully this video helped you. I just wanted to get it brain dump done right after I got out of the testing facility. And good luck on your exam.